Now that you're sending out text to your employees out in the field, let's talk about a few more advanced features and also show you what it looks like from the employee's point of view. Under the resources section, you do have the ability to sort up and down by crew colors. You can also use the search feature. Expanding all just opens up all the crews so that you can see everyone that's in every single crew folder. This all button, we also have the feature of not scheduled here. Let's expand all and show you what that means. All I'm saying is show me everybody that's not scheduled in this view. So if I go to Monday, it's showing me all the people that are not scheduled in this view. In this case, it's everybody. So if I switch over to Tuesday, which I have several people scheduled, now all of a sudden the list updates and only shows me the people that are still available for that day. So it's a really good way if you have a lot of people over there to find out who is and isn't scheduled on a given day. So if I take this Heath guy and I put him on this job, you'll notice that he disappears from the list. The other feature that you have, and let's put this in week view to show you this, is you have some stuff down here. This plus button is a quick place to add jobs, crews, employee, and equipment. And what this message button does is you can just send out a blanket text to everybody that has a valid phone number in the system that says, hey, the schedule's been updated. Basically, this is used by companies who want to send out just a blanket text saying, hey, the schedule's been updated, and their intention is to have the employee go look inside the app to see what the schedule is. So in some cases, like by 5 o'clock on a certain night, you might want to send this out, and then every employee out in the field that got it goes into the app and says, okay, what am I doing tomorrow? Whereas this custom message function here, if I press on this, I can actually pick everybody all at once if I want to, okay? If I pick everybody, it shows everybody that has a valid phone number up here. Or if I'd like to, I can just pick a specific crew, which in this case is Seth and Jeff, or I can pick members from a crew. All right. And just send them a blanket text. In this case, let's do this. I'm going to pick everybody, and I'm going to say, all right, company picnic on Saturday, and then I'll send. Also, this is a little bit more of an advanced feature, but if you want to, you can put any kind of link in here that you want. There's plenty of companies that use digital forms like Google Forms or Jotform, and they'll put a link to that form in there, like a company satisfaction survey, and they can send it out here as a text to their employees. There's another thing that you can do with this feature, but it only happens in day view. So I got the whole day set up. Let's say it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about ready to send out the schedule. If I press expand all, of course, I can see what I'm going to send them out for an event note. But what I'm going to do here, instead of sending them individually, I'm just going to press this message button here. Now I have this feature called event info, and I'm going to press this. And what it's going to do is it's going to send out the event info right here to each individual employee. Instead of you going in here and pressing, one at a time, notify, you just press this button right here, event info, and that's going to go out for that individual day. Now you'll notice that if I put it in week, that feature's not there. It's only per day. Okay. There's another feature up here called list view. If you have a lot of jobs and you don't want to show them this way, you can just put it in list view right here, and it shows them up and down. If I press this little button right here, this will pull up Google Maps and show me where that position is. But also I can edit jobs here. And why would I edit Heartland Warehouse? Well, there's lots of reasons. So maybe I wanted to update the name because I screwed something up in there, or I wanted to change colors. I can do that all right here. But more importantly here is maybe I just discovered that I could turn on customers, and I wanted to add a customer to this job that I wanted to text. This is where you would do it. This little square with the up arrow will bring you into the job. We're going to talk about this a whole lot more later, and you'll notice that that square is also part of this here as well. If I press this, it'll bring me into the job. We're going to cover that stuff more in another video, but for now, the scheduling is done, and you can send out that schedule. Now I'm going to talk about what it looks like for an employee who gets that schedule. I'm going to pin in as one of those employees. Okay, and I have Seth Franks here. If you don't have timekeeping turned on, it's not going to take him to this page. What it's going to do is going to take him directly to the schedule page. But of course, if you are using timekeeping, it'll take him to that timekeeping page. We'll talk about that more later. But because the schedule's turned on, and I set in the user features, if you remember back to that video, I set it up so employees can only see the jobs that they're scheduled to. Without that feature turned on, it'll show him all the jobs, and he'll have a little button here that he can filter it by his jobs only. but in this case, he can only see the jobs that he is scheduled to. If he clicks on this job, he sees that he's going to go to Nate's patio. He got that as a text because you sent that to him as a text, but he also has it here. You're also going to notice here that you have the ability to say, I won't make it, or I'll be there. Some people use this feature, some people don't. And if you remember, I turned that on when we had the admin settings turned on. So I'm using it in this case, and I'm going to say I'll be there. When an employee says that they're going to be there, there'll be a green check that says that they're going. The employee also has the ability to navigate to that job again. So if he's using this on his phone, he presses navigate, it'll take him to that location. And that's what it looks like from the employee's point of view when he's scheduled to a job and he's using the app. Now I'm going to log back in as a super administrator. Let's go back to that schedule. And that employee told you that he was going. So if I press expand all, you can see that he said he's going. And at this point, you're scheduling. People are getting the text, they're knowing where they're going and what they need to be doing. In the next few videos, we're going to go into a lot greater detail on how to add more information to the jobs.